Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for the segment, we have Chris Dearborn, Managing Director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk, for an update on technical levels to watch in the Nasdaq-100 as the market turns its attention to the debt ceiling as talks continue to intensify. Chris, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks, and that seems to be where everything has shifted to this week and what's going to happen with the debt ceiling.
Right. When you look at the market, it's really kind of dull. And what do they say about a dull market? Never short a dull market, right? The index itself is up for the third consecutive week, little baby steps. But again, like we said last week, we've gained, we're at the highs of the year to date, and we've regained almost the entire gap lower from the August highs, which were 13,720. So the index is only a stone throw away from there, about 400 points away, and it continues to move higher on, really not a lot of news. There's not a lot of change out there. We're getting a lot of Fed speak this week. The debt ceiling conversation is in place, but realistically, everyone's expectation is that's going to come to a fruitful or at least acceptable ending, especially with the positive headlines coming out of the talks this weekend. We'll see how McCarthy and Biden get along, but really when you're looking at that, it's moving right along. Traders can't really worry about that too much. You can position yourself for macro, because if the U.S. does default, that's going to be a disaster for the markets and for the economy as a whole. So you have to look a little bit past that, and that's why you're seeing these baby steps in the index and the market as a whole continue to move up. You still see items like gold being bought, right? That's trading near all-time highs. Oil is still relatively high, even though it's off a little bit today. The dollar's off a little bit, and the 210 spread continues to collapse a little bit there. But again, never short a dull market. You've got a lot of information coming out this week from the Fed speak. Everyone's going to offer their opinion, but again, they're going to stick to the script and be data dependent and really just be looking at what's going on with inflation. That's going to be the reference point there. There are some corporates coming out this week, which is always good, but a lot of conferences as well. So there's possibility for some one-off items there that might move the stocks one way or another. But again, as the market as a whole, we're still on an upward trajectory, and the path of least resistance, and I haven't said this in a while, is higher, not lower. The path of least resistance right now is higher.
Chris, let's take a look at your first chart here with near-term levels to watch on the Nasdaq-100.
Yep. So the support's tight. We're trading right now at about 13,390. Support's tight at 13,260 and 13,150. Well below that is 12,950, major support in the index. Resistance is really tight, 13,425. The target for this leg of the move is 13,600. If you look at a 2-year Fibonacci, that's the retracement level that we're targeting here. And ultimately, if we continue on this trajectory, the old 52-week high, which is 13,720, again, made in August of last year.
And finally, what are the constituents leading the way here?
Right, breadth is strong. Right now we're at 70-30. A number of different stocks in a number of different sectors, all leading the way higher. Biggest percentage move so far, but not leading a lot of points right now, is JD, Atlassian, and ZS. Micron's acting well too. On the flip side of it, Halo Alta is down about 2.7%. Some of the energy names are giving back a little bit on the oil basis, and a couple of companies that have made continual 52-week highs are taking a little bit of a breath, like Orly and Pepsi, just pulling back just a little bit on the big move that they've had over the last couple of weeks. Again, the index is very constructive right here at the moment, without a lot of macro coming into the sector this week away from the obvious two items.
All right, Chris, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.